This is not how I dress. You interview I'm here as Angelina Castro because all you know is Angelina Castro. And if Angelina Castro doesn't do what Angelina Castro does, Angelina Castro is not worth. And it's not porn.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of
Coffee Breakup.
Coffee Breakup, starring Marvin Charles.
Hey.
And
Christian
me,
Vera.
Christian Vera. The best ever. So, before we begin, please, if you're on YouTube, like the video down below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and ring that notification bell. Also, leave any comments down below if you have any ideas, comments,
Topics,
questions, all that good stuff. If you're listening to us on the go, Spotify and iTunes, follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. Coffeebreakup.com, thecoffeebreakup.com for our website, and you can find everything there anyways.
Everything you need to know.
Absolutely. So with that being said, jumping right into it.
We got a nice special guest today.
A special guest.
Really special this time. This time it is special. Angelina Castro, how are you?
Hey, how are you? Soundboard.
We do. Proud.
Yo, you're sexy as hell.
Hey.
Us, girl.
Yes.
Have you seen your side over there? Look what you wear, man. You
Nah,
vibrant today.
I'm wearing a $7 dress. Look at you with your suit.
Yeah,
There's
this
nothing
is a nice
sexier
suit.
than a man in a suit.
Oh.
This
Oh,
thing right
snap.
here
Oh, snap.
that
Oh,
I just
snap.
had a conversation with, and I'm like, you are everything. Have you guys ever thought of doing porn? By the way, you can do it. You're too pretty, both of you.
We are too pretty?
Yes.
We got to be ugly to do it?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Is that like a thing?
Yes. You know why? You have a beautiful smile. You are beautiful too. Everything. And the thing is that when you are looking at porn, would you like to focus on the guy?
No, but doesn't
But
it...
anybody can see you and they need to focus on you because your motherfucker's hot.
What if they cut us like our faces out and it's just
Nobody
like...
does that.
No?
But wouldn't it make the scene better if they're both?
For gay porn, yeah.
No.
But not if there's like... With the chick, because if it's a fine chick and a
It's
fine
like
dude.
it's like a
No.
It's like, ooh,
no,
these
no,
two are
no,
gonna
no,
bang.
No.
nice... Maybe there has to be like a contrast. Like
Okay,
just really good...
none of you could be gardeners. None of you could be like the Uber drivers. You
Yes, we
guys-
can. Like the pizza delivery guy?
Nope, none of you can.
No?
No, you're too cute. I'm not.
Yeah, think about it. You're too good to be delivering pizzas.
This can't be real. The whole entire scenario, but this guy, no, this guy looks sketchy. He's too good looking.
Oh, man. So we jumped right into that.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm sorry, it's your interview. Go ahead.
No.
You want to sit on this side?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
no, lead us off.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for the
Yes.
invite.
Exciting.
Thank you so much
exciting.
for coming out and for being here. Taking the
Thank
time
you.
out of
It's
your
very
day.
sexy chairs, very sexy place, and I cannot wait to
yeah,
know and hear other questions. So
Let's do it,
It's
do
gonna
it.
be a bunch. So I mean, for how we usually start off, like maybe give people an idea of who you are and where you're from. Briefly, just a little bit background on yourself and what it is that you do.
Hello everybody. This is my camera, right?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Hello everybody. I'm Angelina Castro. I am Cuban. I am a 39-year-old woman. I started porn 13 years ago. Still in porn. You never really leave porn. But at the same time, I've been in Spanish TV for the same amount as porn, which is 13 years. I speak 100% Spanish, 40% English, so good luck. And I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I'm the same thing as everybody else, but just a porn star too. So...
Okay.
I think it's crazy to put that into all in the same sentence because, you know, we get a lot of feedback, you know, with OnlyFans is a topic that we always talk about. And they're like, oh, would you feel comfortable?
I wonder why.
Right, yeah. Would you feel comfortable with your partner doing OnlyFans? And, you know, it's one of, I think, one of the biggest polarizing questions. But here, you do porn. So, I mean, I'm sure there's like a lot of, you know, controversy or even, oh, there's no way that, you know, how can she have kids or how can she have a relationship or
married.
how can she be so long into the industry? So I don't know if, you know, we can get into that. Like,
Everything would start. What are you know?
I guess how so you how old are you now?
I am 39.
39.
How old are you?
28.
old enough.
I love it.
Old enough.
Yeah, exactly. So you've been in the industry, you said 13 years?
13 years.
13 years. I guess, you know, my question would be, or my first question out of probably many is, how did it all begin, right? How did you get into that?
I was right out of college, right? I had a very successful business before college with a boyfriend that I had, and my mom was like, hey, you need to go to college, you need to go to school, you need to go to school, you need to go to school, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to school. Can I curse?
Yeah, sure you can. I mean,
A
come
little,
on. Yeah,
little.
sure.
Yeah,
No,
okay,
we're
cool.
gonna-
Yeah, I'll go to school. I went to college, I got out of college, and then I met somebody that was like, oh my God, you're so funny, you should do porn.
Oh, really?
Not stand-up comedy. No, get into the movie biz. No porn.
I don't know. It's like, what, you want to please yourself laughing at me? Like,
That's what
what's
I'm-
the deal?
Yeah.
I don't understand. And I'm fat, so like I was fat then too. So I went and I did the porn, and a week later, my first porn was on August 28, 2008.
Oh my God, you
Okay.
remember the day?
The date, that's when it came out.
Okay.
Okay.
And on October 6th, I went to a TV show. Because my name is Angelina Castro. They thought I was Fidel Castro's daughter.
Oh,
I didn't say no.
Sure, no, of course. Did you know why they were bringing you on?
Yeah, because I was fat and I was Cuban.
That's
And I
okay.
was Angelina Castro.
Okay.
And it was my time. Like, you can never ask me, why did there's a million porn stars. It was my time.
Okay. Okay.
Like, in life, it's just how it happens, you
Right,
know?
right, right.
Why am I here today? It was the time.
Right. I like that.
And yeah. And so basically, they liked it, and I just stayed because porn opened a lot of doors for me. And I had just finished college, and I was broke as hell. And I was like, what?
Did you ever start like working in the field that you went to school for? Did you ever even?
I'm a licensed massage therapist, which I lost my license due to the fact that I didn't renew it. It's
Okay.
13 years. But no.
So that
Well,
was
kind of.
no.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
probably.
different
Yeah. What kind of massage are you talking about?
No, but I tell you what. A lot of people, when they try to like diminish me or attempt to insult me, a lot of people don't know I went to college in this country, and college helped me to be able to have conversations on TV at any time about topics that not many people are comfortable talking. And I could tell you because I went to college and I know that medical terminology and how to talk to people. So college did help me. So I did use my college degree at the end
Yeah, to a certain. I
for
mean,
different reasons.
sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I went to college and I studied criminal justice, and I work at a bank, and I don't think that what I learned directly kind of
Totally,
correlates.
totally.
But
Banks are criminals.
okay, to a certain extent, yes, but not all of us. But you know what I did learn, at least during college, I was also in a fraternity. I was the shyest person in the world, and when I graduated, and I can talk to anybody now. Like, I don't care. I'm cheap right now, you know.
Yeah.
But back then, I was like super shy. But I got that in college. So somehow, some way, I think college is a benefit. I don't think it's really for studying in school for whatever professional, unless you want to be a doctor, whatever. Maybe.
Sure.
But to a certain degree, I think that you just like te desarrolla, like you just
Yeah,
grow
yeah,
up,
yeah,
you
yeah.
mature and stuff like that.
Everybody needs college. Everybody needs education. Everybody needs to throw that degree on somebody else's face. Like, the topic of conversation when I go to places is like, that's the best you can do. No, this is a choice that I made. I have a career.
Yeah.
This is the career that I picked. I have a degree. You know, so
Yeah,
like,
you chose.
what's next? What else are you gonna tell me? I have a degree. What's your next insult?
True. So then, but so why did you at that time say, okay, well, you know what? If I have a degree, most people would say, well, let me work in my degree. You said, and you know what? I bet there's a lot of people who get in this position where they're like, I spent 4 years, 5 years, 6 years doing this. I don't even want to do this. Maybe the results of that, but they're like, oh, I don't want to get into that. I don't want people to see me, all that stuff. So when did you make that decision, and what did you say? Oh, okay, I'm gonna dive right in.
I don't. It's happened. I just did my first movie, and I just did something that I wanted to do so I could get it out of my system to begin the rest of my life. You know, back then I had already a kid. I had a kid when I was 18, so my son was like 8 years old. So I just did it, man. Like, I don't really put much into it or more thought into it because it just happened. It was meant to. Why me and why not? The 5,000 other Cubans are doing this. You know,
That's true.
it was me. I'm the chosen one.
That's
You're the chosen one. So you've been in the industry 13 years, and you've been married for 13 years, right?
Yes,
Is that about right?
I got married on January 2nd of 2009.
And is
No,
he,
I didn't get. I met him, so like that's how I count.
Oh, okay.
It's like I got married 28 days later, so like it just
Really?
you got married
Yeah.
28 days later,
yeah,
and that's you met him that day, and then 28 days like a month later, you got married.
yeah.
How? Like
I
what
do.
was-
When you,
Yeah, no, I know
Yeah.
how. But like, what made you say that he?
Another shit that I cannot fucking explain.
oh my goodness. It's just like
just a feeling that you
I
have.
can't explain shit. What am I doing here?
it was just like at that moment. I mean, imagine you never know where you're gonna meet someone. You never know, who's the right person. But damn, 28 days.
28 days.
What is in 28 days
With
for
an
you to meet someone
8-year-old kid,
with an 8-year-old kid?
and he was going to Iraq.
So
I think I got married because of the insurance.
oh, so he was in the military, and it wasn't your. Is it his kid or
No, he was 14 when I had him.
Yeah, that's first.
really?
He's younger than me.
He's younger. How old is he?
4 years younger. He's 34. I am
Okay.
39. He'll be 35 now.
Okay, so you
So I just met him. It worked.
right.
I was at the point of my life that porn was already like kind of crazy, and people started judging me a lot, and I started seeing life different. And when you give yourself the opportunity just not to feel anything, or not to have any expectations, or just not to, this is what I want. He's totally different from what I have always dated too.
Really, like a total day and night kind of
I've
guy.
only dated black guys, right? Like you look too Spanish for what I have dated.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't even know how to speak Spanish.
No, I
Yeah,
know,
right?
I know.
Plot twist.
I've only dated black guys, huge basketball player looking dudes. Nothing to do with him. And then there's this guy that has nothing to do with what I have always dated. And boom, and younger than me. That was my rule.
Jeez, so this guy comes out of nowhere.
Out of
like,
fucking
Not
nowhere.
the cookie cutter you're used to. And you're
Right.
like, that's the one.
That's the one for
That's
me.
the one.
No,
No.
no.
Be 28 days.
He said that.
Oh.
He told his friend, I'm marrying that girl and I'm going to give her a kid. He was drunk though.
Well, I mean, he must have meant it. Drunk point with a drunk mind, sober thoughts.
Yeah.
And listen, it's just, I can explain it, man. I can just don't know.
It's one of those things that you just like let emotion take control. But the fact is that it worked out this whole time.
Right.
'Cause
13 years and it better. I'm old as shit to start
that's
now.
what I-
Yeah.
Please.
So
People
Yeah.
don't stop, like, marriages that break after so many years is like, what a fucking waste of time. Just have an open relationship. And
Some people say that to stay together at this point. They're like 40, 50 years old. Like, oh, fuck. Now
you
have to
know,
start over
escobita
again.
nueva barre bien. That's a saying that I don't know how to say it.
It's the new broom brush as well. So it's
but
almost,
after 3 months, and especially when you're this old, green juice, hold up.
Yeah.
keep the youth.
I love it. I'm starting on that now.
Detox.
Especially when you're this old, I feel that, the world is shit out there. Everybody has like crazy expectation. Nobody brings nothing to the table. It's like, ugh.
But you know what? I think it comes in with, because I think before women were put in a position where they would have to be almost like the nurturers of children. They take care of they stay at home.
We are the world. We should be.
Okay, I like that because there's an uprise of,
Or independent woman.
independent or equality. But to a certain extent, I believe in equality.
Equality.
But there's also the ties to gender roles where your 50 may not be, my direct 50% where it came, hey, we're both paying for the rent, but maybe I paid for the rent and you always
I don't believe in any of that. I believe that marriages should have one account,
Okay.
right?
both contribute.
We should have one account, and your needs are my needs, and my needs are your needs. That it's a marriage. If we have different accounts, let's just fucking date. You know?
I get what you mean.
Like I don't get the whole separate account situation, or
Yeah, but if you're dating, I guess once you get married, obviously, I think it just makes sense to.
why
to put-
get married to have all those separate situations? That is not what a marriage is. A marriage is you give your all to somebody, and that somebody give your all to you. So his issues are his issue. If you want to buy $1,000 purchase, which is not stupid as hell, he should understand if he wants to spend money on his bike or in his weed or in his Xbox or in his strip club, whatever the hell he wants to spend money on, then you should understand.
True, but I think the argument is that in most, I guess, back then especially, men would be the breadwinners, right? So then they're saying, well, I'm bringing money, I'm paying for this, I'm supporting, putting a roof over your head. So like now the expectation is, well, for the woman to stay home and do other stuff, take care of the kid, whatever. But then when it comes to those lavish expenses, do you think that if the man is the one that provides everything, that it could be freely spent? Like, let's say the woman wants to get a bag or whatever, then she should be able to spend.
We're always gonna find a way. But the thing is that once you put everything on the table, there's no lies, there is no, like I have a horrible spending habit and I get those things the other night. Freaking was, I don't know, I ate a candy and I was high as hell. And I started buying shoes. And then he comes into the room the next morning. He's like, you bought a lot of fucking shoes.
It's one of those.
That
How
you
many
can-
shoes did you buy?
I don't even remember that you cannot afford, by the way. And I'm like, I know, I'm going to return them when they come.
So it was just
He
one.
did not bitch at me like, yo, why you spend, we got the card pill, or you like, you just spend a lot of money on shoes, yo.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know, right? I don't remember that many. And
And they come in the mail, and you're like,
Yeah.
I started returning already. 2 came yesterday.
you send them back.
I only returned them because they were not my size, though.
You would have kept them if they were.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys share. Do you guys only both have one account?
No, he has his account. I have my account, and we have the joint account. So,
Okay.
but the bills of the house, okay, let's say you is him, right?
Okay.
And you make $5,000, right? And then I make $5,000, and then the business I have business, like we are a business.
Sure.
So, but let's just put the business aside. Let's say you make 5 and I made 3. Let's say you make more money than me, right? There are bills to pay, right?
Right.
And the overhead is $6,000. Whatever is left, have me.
Okay.
So you both contributed. You both put in what like he goes.
You can't put more than me, and I cannot put more than you because you're making that money because I'm your wife and I'm cooking at home and I'm raising your kids.
Sure.
And if
can't put a
it's
price
the
on
other way,
that.
no, if it's the other way, you support me so I could go out there and do everything that I do, knowing that my kids, my mother, my dog, my husband is taken care of because he is taking care of that. So like that's a relationship, and that's what I don't see today. Today it's everything like who can give more and who gives less, without appreciating what the other person is giving. So you can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, that's I love that you brought that up because a lot of it we've said it before. It's being selfless. Where if I want to be with you, it's because I want.
Yeah.
Like I want to provide, like I want to do whatever I want, and if I do it, it's because it's gonna make me happy, because I know it's gonna make you happy. But if I'm doing it with the expectation of, well, now you got to do this for me.
Definitely, this man, when I met him, he hates his story. He didn't even have money for a damn beer at the club. All right, he went to Iraq and paid my bills for almost a whole year. All right, and on top of that, when he came back, PTSD and everything that soldiers go through, he went through a rough time where he wasn't making money. He makes more money than me right now.
Really?
Money sitting down. Like I have to work for my money. The money just falls on him like he's a freaking stripper. So like it's a marriage, bro. It's a marriage.
Right.
And he asked me a million of times, like, you want to take a break?
But you love what you...
like when he was going through it?
No,
Or
like
when?
I hold him down. So now that, it's been 13 years, it's getting to the time where I'm like, yo, I need a break from social media or whatever. It's freaking stressful. He asks me constantly, do you want to take a break? That's a man, that's somebody, that's a woman. That's a man or a woman in a relationship that is realizing like, yo, I got this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not whatever we got to do, I'll pay the bills. How about if it was cancer?
Right.
yeah. That is
You-
true.
You have to have your partner's back, especially after years and years. You're gonna go through stuff. Whether that was him holding it down for you at the beginning when you guys met, and now maybe, or when you came back, the tables turned. But there's always gonna be a good day and a bad day.
How about if it was cancer?
Damn, no, that really, man, it makes you think, because a lot of people, they're not there for
I know
you.
I'm deep like that.
No, like they'll say, hey, forget this, like, oh, he doesn't have a job, or he's on his ass, or, he's trying to work himself up, but I don't want to deal with it. But imagine if it was a situation where someone has like cancer or anything else, and you're like,
The
well,
struggle.
are you now gonna bounce when they need you?
When things go hard.
Yeah,
when things
people
get
do.
hard.
People do.
And they
People bounce.
abandon you, yeah.
People bounce. Females, this it's crazy. I was on a podcast the other day. Very crazy guys. But they had a point. They said that if a man doesn't have a job, a female would give them 48 hours.
What do you think about that?
I think it's bullshit because that's not my.
It's not you, but you are seeing that now. So you believe
on
that
new females,
right?
on the pretty girls. I put a TikTok not long ago of a girl, of beautiful black woman that said, "What do I look looking for a white guy?" That was the TikTok, and I was like,
That's it.
have you seen my boyfriend? He looks like Ryan Gloss or whatever the fuck the white boy name is. And I was like, my reaction to the TikTok was like this.
Really?
All kind of girls that look exactly like her, cookie cutting like her, like exactly the same, copy and paste.
Right.
You don't know what that is because you don't know what being pretty is. You are pick me girl. You are this, you are that. And I'm like, wow, my son,
Really?
my 20-year-old son, you have to date these bitches. Wow.
Sure.
Yeah, I think about that.
Yeah. Put that into perspective.
Wow. You don't know what that is. They call me anything from ugly because beauty, it's exactly what gets a man to stay in a marriage, and it's important, right?
Yeah.
And they say you have to cook and you have to do that because you're a pick me girl, which I had to. I'm old, man. I have to fucking Google and see what the hell
Yeah,
pick
what
me
is
girl
pick me? What the
was.
fuck does that mean?
Pick me, pick me, pick me. I'll do everything for you.
Like a pick me.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was so crazy. It was such a TikTok that make me open my eyes to see how y'all got shit to deal with.
I brought it up to you, like, and we talked about it briefly, where a lot of women expect to meet these high value men, to have money, this and this, like just falling from the sky. Like you already want to meet them when they're already successful, but you're not willing to stick around when they're broke, when they don't have nothing, when they're struggling, when they're grinding. Most women, they don't want to stick around for that time, but they want to be there with the reward. They want to be at home chilling.
And who's telling these girls that they worth and they pretty? Who's telling this girl that you're so pretty, you worth it? Who's telling these bitches this?
Wait,
fuck is wrong with them?
We talked this. Was it the other person that we had a little while back? Because I guess most women, they'll get raised. Or maybe here. I mean, I don't know how it was when you
Raised
were raised.
by who?
But no, by their father saying, well, a man is supposed to do this for you. They're supposed to take care of you. They're supposed
Half
to
of
make...
these women are not raised with fathers. What you talking about, boy?
That is a good point. No, that is a good
Like-
point. It's just frustrating because like you'll see like, well, there's these expectations of, well, men need to be, they need to do this for you. They need to treat you like a queen, like a princess. But it's like,
Yeah,
these
and let's
women,
just say that, and that man, and that woman that thinks like that, it's like, women are like cars. A woman that thinks, let me just look at you, bitch, so you can know. A woman that thinks like that, it's getting treated like a car because you're only going to be that for a certain amount of years, and you are going to get traded. So if that's the type of woman that you want to be, go ahead.
it's like a lease.
I trade my car every 2 years.
Like a lease.
Yeah.
It's a freaking lease. If you want to be a lease, be pretty and nice.
No, it's
Or at least think you are.
I guess if you're selling that version of you based off of looks, yeah, looks fade, and if that's all you have to offer, at some point that's you're not gonna have that no longer, and then what is gonna happen, But yeah, we live in a world where people just have these crazy expectations, and it's also society, right? Because they see, these celebrities dating these people, and it's just not realistic, right? So when Drake takes out his girl and rents out a stadium, they think that is somehow
his
realistic.
girl. What? This is a girl number what in a year?
that is true. That is
Thank
true.
you.
Oh, that is true.
But yeah, like for average guys, this is a whole different.
What is an average
ballgame.
guy?
Average? What is an average guy?
She asked you.
An average.
Because you see, that's the problem. You're thinking average,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And you're too cute and you're too fine to be thinking average.
Maybe I'm not talking. Well,
All right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in general. Maybe not me.
You need.
But
You need
Yeah,
to
those
think-
other losers back there. I'm not talking about myself.
I'm not talking about us.
average guys are the ones that think that. Average guys are the one that thinks is the equivalent to female thinking that they pretty and they deserve it. Those are the average guys.
Like the nice guys, remember, but like the stereotypical nice guy.
Nah, that's
they're
not an
not really-
average guy. Those are unique guys.
No, I'm thinking
Average
of
guys are the ones that think that they need to be Drake in order, or that women are not a certain way. No, you didn't put it down good enough, and you did not tell that girl, and you did not tell that girl what you really thought about her, and open her eyes. That's the issue that I have with these guys. The average guy. You need to start telling females what the hell are they doing.
Yeah, like calling them out on their
Bullshit.
their behavior.
Yeah, and it's also why even give a time of day to these women.
Because they're the majority. You cannot date a 50-year-old lady that may on menopause because you're young.
I guess it's like the common dating pool, especially in a city like Miami, where
Like, you're fucked.
So what do you think is the solution? Should we just leave Miami then?
It's not Miami, it's the world. It's internet, baby.
So
what do we do? Like they.
What do you do when
Delete.
you find one? Number one, don't look for the stereotypical pretty girl with the nice bag. If you see a girl with a nice bag that does not own anything and does not have passive income, or don't even address that woman. Okay, don't even address that woman. Fuck her.
Okay. I think a lot of the problem is a lot of guys, they just go off of looks, right? So instead of
Because
going
I think with this.
right, but instead of thinking, okay, what are her values? What are her beliefs? You know, she's hardworking.
Because
she's
they're pick me
ambitious.
girls. They're just like, look at me, pick me, because I can
No,
do
no,
this.
no,
this,
no. I'm a
this.
pick me girl to them.
Yeah.
They are not pick. They're the princess and the queens and the value girls. They're the value girls. The girls with the bags and the girls that I may need to have this and I may need to have that. And what are you bringing?
Like a girl who has all these expectations, you know, typical IG girl.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like they are expecting to be treated like queens, but they would never treat their
A
men
queen
like.
has a king.
That's-
Bitch, you're not even a princess.
That's what I'm saying. But then they're not willing to treat their men like kings. They just
Nope.
expect to be. Well, the man should do this,
You
and because
cannot
of this,
call yourself a queen without a king. It does not exist. If you're gonna start mimicking royalty, please do it right.
true. But like also in royalty back then, like if the woman raised her voice to the man, like the king would rip your
Yeah,
head off.
but you are saying that you
Yeah,
are
put it
a
on
queen. We're already
Sure,
talking
no,
about
no.
royalty rules.
No, but it's true. It is.
Where is your king, queen?
I said it the other day. It's like a lot of these women have all these crazy demands and expectations, but what do they all have in common? None of them have boyfriends. None of them have husbands.
And by the way, sugar daddies are not kings.
Yeah, and it seems like
It's like-
that's what these girls would. I don't think they want a sugar daddy. They just want. Well, no,
They
want
do.
do want a sugar daddy.
They-
Who's also young.
Every
and can
girl
do
wants
this.
a sugar daddy that looks like that. Like
Yeah,
this
but-
situation right
That's
here.
true. That's true.
I would love to have sex with both of you and for both of you to pay my bills because you're fine.
Yeah, but I
I
can't.
Because
can't,
my church, I
can't
get
do the second one. I
tingling.
can't do the
Pick
second
one or the other. I can't. It's the bills.
You know, but
Yeah.
that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But let me, well, because I want to ask, because you're working right now, but like you said, your man makes more money than you. So why? How come you're still working? It's because you want to, or
He
just
makes
so
more. No, I could make more money than him.
oh, if you do more. Well, I wanted to ask that later on. But
He makes more. I say that he makes more money than me because he makes more money without having to do everything that I do. You know, but it's different. So what I'm saying, like when I started, he didn't have any of the businesses or any of the investments that he has now when it comes to his job. You know, his producer. So porn producer. So and he does videos and he's great at that. And then he has all the money coming in, and you know he does stuff on social media, Facebook bullshit. You know, like all that stuff.
Sure.
But when I met him, he didn't have that.
Yeah.
And now sitting at home, he had the possibility and make more than me. Going here, going there, do this promotion, do that, take this picture. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that I definitely have more possibility to make my money than him.
Sure.
But I have to work more. for
Yeah,
money.
you have to actually put in the amount of hours.
Yeah.
Like,
So how come are you why are you still going to, like, are you working because you want to, or
I'm
is it-
40, not 70.
True. So do you love what you do? Like, because you know some people
Yes.
say if you okay.
I love the industry. I love the fact that the industry have opened in so many doors for me. I do promotions for local companies. I have a social media that I've been growing for 13 years. I have fans. I do many things. I like the fact that this is the thing. When you own yourself and you own your content, you don't stop working.
that's true.
Like you never really stop.
I go to the bathroom at 3 o'clock in the morning with my phone to freaking post something on Instagram, okay?
Right.
Because I constantly have to feed my job, my career. This is a career. I've been doing it for 13 years. I get paid from it. You know, I was able, thanks to porn, I was able to get 4 years off to raise my 7-year-old son. You know, there's millionaires that wouldn't even do that because their overhead is too long, it's too much. I took 4 years nobody knew I was pregnant. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I love my life. I wake up every day with my son, with my kids, with my mother, with my grandma. Like, I cook. I have the opportunity to come over here because I don't have a 9 to 5.
Sure.
That's true.
Right. it's
Because
Friday.
I own myself, you know?
How many at this particular time and point in time, how many scenes do you do, like, a month? Is it like do you have like a schedule? Do you
Well, it's kind of up to you, no? Because
Well,
I mean, you
Yeah,
you
I have
kinda
a
do
website,
whatever.
AngelinaCastroLive.com. It's 52 scenes a year. For 13 years, do the math, 600 and something. But now with OnlyFans, they ask me, hey, do this video. I'll do it. Does that count as a scene? It's a sexual act. might not involve somebody else, but it's still a sexual act.
Okay.
You can't really. I'll tell you this. I have less than 30 scenes out for other companies. I own 98% of my content.
For companies that own 90.
Oh, so you owe most of your content that you put out.
90 something percent, like a huge 95 to 98% of my content I own.
So you get the majority of you get the lion's share because it's yours rather than getting paid out royalties or whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Do you had said that I can see that you have freedom.
Right.
Literally, like time freedom on your hands where you can kind
I
of
have actual freedoms. A lot of people have choices.
Okay, true. But what I see is, do you ever feel like, because I remember you mentioned earlier that, if you need a break, like your husband would say, hey, if you need a break, whatever.
I mean, I could say it too. I'm financially stable to say it, but I'm saying like it's good to have somebody that tells you, yo, you need a break. Like I got this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The reason why I ask is because everybody complains about their job. Somehow or the other, for example, you having to wake up at 3 a.m. to post something. Do you ever feel like, man, I really don't want to post shit. I am so sick and tired of posting this or having to make content. Stop what I'm doing. Does that ever come across?
I don't have a job. I have a career. I have a lifestyle. I have a future. I have Angelina Castro.
But that's also true because you own your stuff, because it's almost like rewarding where it's like you enjoy.
This is not how I dress. You interview I'm here as Angelina Castro because all you know is Angelina Castro. And if Angelina Castro doesn't do what Angelina Castro does, Angelina Castro is not worth. And it's not porn. Angelina Castro does what she does, what the internet requires from me, what social media requires for me to do. If I don't want to post something, my assistant will post it. And if I don't want to work, I don't work.
But you do need to build content.
Yeah. And if I don't want to build content, I could take the risk of not fucking building content and not doing anything.
I guess you're in a position in your life where you have more freedom now than maybe 10 years ago, right?
Yeah. Yeah. After COVID, it changed a little bit. After COVID, it changed a little because it became very exhausted.
Sure.
Because it's just content. I mean, after COVID, it was like super simple. And now it's like, yo, why you needy? Why you so needy for like the hell? Watch TV or something. Like, it's becoming annoying. But I'm my old ass is drinking green juice.
I guess.
And when I mean content, I mean cooking shows. Like I have cooking shows. I have cooking shows. I have podcasts. I have, I do product opening. All of that is content. Content is not the porn part, guys. The porn part is the least. I make content every day. I do cooking shows. I answer questions from my fans. I have to be on TikTok. I do not dance on TikTok. That's stupid. I'm old. I don't do that, right? But I do be me on TikTok.
Yeah.
That is content. Content is to talk about a situation. Content is whatever BTS video I'm going to put out of this to show all my single ladies this fine as men. That's content.
That's right, girls.
I guess, especially when you've been in the industry for so long, everything you put out, you keep your image alive.
It's a brand.
Yeah, you're a brand.
Yeah.
People don't look at it like that. That's why I get a lot of hate when I say, like, this is a career. This is my career. This is my brand.
Of course.
Angelina Castro is a brand. Yeah. Angelina Castro is I don't dress like this. There's been plenty places, TV shows and stuff that I have gone through, and they're looking at me like, you got something else? I'm like, yeah.
This isn't what we expected.
Angelina, it's coming soon. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's difficult.
I had one question in particular because a lot of people, there's this confusion about like porn. Like how much do you, if I may ask, how much do you get paid? Like how much do you make?
Or how does that work?
Yeah, like
I haven't got paid for a scene in so long.
Do you remember? Can you take us back to like?
I started like at 1,200. Mm-hmm. My first scene was 1,200.
Okay.
My most expensive scene was a backdoor scene.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I had to think about it for a second. The back doors, but yeah.
There's back door. There's front door. There's windows.
Oh, window. Okay.
A window. Okay.
Window.
Because social media has becoming worse than TV, so we need to.
Yeah,
sure.
clean it up.
Thank you.
Back door, front door, and windows. Okay.
Windows,
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So. The back door scene was a lot of money.
Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that.
How much money was it?
A lot, and the worst, a lot more than 12. And $1,200. It's just what I charge. I don't even know how much I will charge for a scene now because I'm spoiled as hell. I just don't want to do it. So,
But you also
wanna
have
own it.
you also have your brand too,
Yeah.
where it's like, well, now my worth is bang.
Yeah.
If you want me, you
no, it
got-
doesn't work like that in porn.
no.
This is what it is.
So you can't be like, hey, I want $5K for this scene.
Some girls can, but
It depends.
yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could get it. Somebody that really wants to have a scene from me will pay me that. But it just doesn't work like that. Plus, it's just like I don't put myself in that position. I own everything I have.
It's not like you don't rely on the porn. So maybe that's because
I don't rely
yeah.
on porn
So-
anymore. I did at the beginning. I don't rely on porn anymore. I haven't relied on porn in over 7 years.
Right. Yeah. So it's like whatever. It's like kind of almost like whatever to you in a sense. Right?
No. I'm going to Exotica, New Jersey now on October 21st to the 25th. I will be signing in a booth with a company that is a black-owned small business of sex dolls,
Okay.
Oh, that's so
like
cool.
my size dolls,
Okay.
Oh, my
bitches
God,
are
cool.
heavy,
That's so cool.
and they make you feel like shit because they have nice bodies,
They
and
make-
they don't talk back.
Well, we gotta shout them out whenever you get the name.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Give them
For
a
sure.
logo.
For sure.
Yeah.
Check out the website. Link in bio.
They can buy it.
Thank you, bye.
Um.
I have my product, and I just do a lot of things, but that is all thanks to porn.
Right. That's how it started.
When you first started, especially you being married for so long, did it ever create maybe some sort of issues within the partnership, the marriage, at least in the beginning? Were there ever any times where it's like,
You know, the first year of marriage, every single couple goes through a lot of things because you have to get used to it. Mine was in Iraq, so I didn't went through it.
That's right.
okay.
So, you know, the second year of marriage, PTSD made it easy for me not to deal with. It was just about him.
Okay.
So we didn't have the time to worry about nothing else because nothing else was important or relevant, but just to get used to this man, you know?
So he there was never really because you kind of pushed off those potential issues, right? So there was never anything.
There was something more important. I mean,
There was always more pressing issues.
if your bills are due, just think about it. If your bills are due, if your dog hasn't eaten, if your boss is mad at you, and your kid has a flu, what's more important,
Kid has a flu.
right? Or you broke a leg because you guys don't have kids, right?
No.
I don't.
You broke a leg. What's more important at that moment?
I should probably take care of my leg.
So you focus on the leg,
Right.
and nothing else is important. So it just becomes norm, and then whatever bothers, we deal with each other. I'll tell you this: we went through a moment where he was. You gotta be best friends, and that is the corniest shit that I'm ever gonna say, but you have to do it.
Right.
You have to do it, and you have to love the person, and you have to not lie to the person. The only thing that relationships should not have is doubt. That's it. Love could be gone. Doubt is the only thing that kills a relationship, which is trust.
True.
Right.
So nothing, hey, how you feel about this? Or like if he feels bad about something, if I feel bad about something, like I'll tell you, you know? Like I feel bad at times when, because he's a porn producer and he got to the point where at times, a lot of times he will have to shoot me and I'll be having sex with you, right? And then
It has happened where he
a lot of
Yeah,
times.
he,
Of course.
the producer.
so he would produce your scenes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta keep the money inside, dog.
No, not only
like
that,
keep it in
like
the family.
he's signed with White Side Productions, which I have done a lot of scenes with, and I'm having sex with you,
And he'll be like, and he'll be him, like, hey guys.
and he'll
Yeah,
be
just
shooting,
there
and he'll
posted
be literally shooting, and then at the beginning, not now, at the beginning. If I will act or if I will feel that I was having too much fun or if I was squirt or something like that, I will, in the back of my mind, will be like,
Yeah.
but then never talked to him about it. That went off when he told me what time, yo, your doggy style sucked on that scene.
Really?
And I was like, oh, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Next
like
time I'm going-
you had one doubt in your head when the whole time it's like, man, I should have done it better then.
So
You're here thinking about one thing, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, what is he gonna think when he's there
No,
telling
it's
you?
just uncomfortable at times. But then right there, at that moment, it was like, oh, he's the producer. He's not the husband.
so you guys can separate between
Compartmentalize.
Yeah, I just couldn't know.
I know,
pronounce
that's
the
a hard word to say.
Thank you.
Compartmentalize.
We learned that the other day too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I compartmentalize a lot because I love that word.
Right.
That's a good one. That's a good word.
Um,
That's a good word.
Um, sex is sex.
Okay.
Feelings is feelings. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to learn how to separate both. Unfortunately, society and religion has taught us that they both go together, but they don't, because you pee without feeling anything by peeing.
Sure.
So when you have, right?
Right.
If you have sex with me right now and you don't see me again, we had a good time.
Right.
So you don't need to love me.
No.
For me to make you finish. I don't have to love you. I don't love my freaking vibrator, and he has done for me things that no man has ever done.
Yeah, I don't see you getting married to a vibrator.
Yeah.
So why can you not do this? It's just a physiological act. It's just a thing that you need.
Some people will make the argument that
I know where you're going with this.
some people will make the argument that when you being intimate with that person, you're essentially at the same time building a bond with them. Sometimes people will make that because your body after you climax, your body will release hormones and
those are the
hormones.
same people that get hurt for dumb shit.
Right. But like so you feel like it doesn't really affect you. Like you could sleep with somebody and there will be no feelings.
No, but when I sleep with you because I want to sleep with you and I like you and I love you and you're my husband or you are somebody that I really want to sleep with, it's better because now we can sit and talk. I don't have to get up and get paid, and leave.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, true. Okay, yeah, true.
So
I'm just saying,
no. I just try. It's hard for me to because I'm a person who like.
You're not wired like that.
No, I
Right,
care a lot.
Sorry, let's go and have sex. Let's go and have sex.
Yeah. Yeah, you let me know what happens.
Okay, we'll be back, guys. Let's go. Take a break.
Let's go and have sex. Let's go to an orgy.
Okay.
Okay.
You gotta graduate.
Yeah.
When you don't even have to have sex just with me, when you are put in the position that you can have sex with 20 me.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, why walk when you could just run?
Yeah. You fly.
Fuck crawling.
So
it's hard. I feel like it's so hard.
because you're primitive. You have primitive thinking and you have mental shackles.
Because I care about, but like if I'm intimate with you, like it's hard for me to just disconnect.
Do you respect me?
Sure, yeah, of course. Well, yeah, it almost goes hand in hand.
Do you think that I am a worthless piece of meat? Do you think that I am not worth anything?
No, of course not.
So how can you think or have any expectations or even give me a little bit of respect, but you're still primitive not to give yourself the respect just to have sex because your body needs it?
What you gonna say about that?
No, I mean I'm trying to process it.
No,
I get it.
He's
It's
sexy and new, ladies. You can totally mold him. Get at it.
Oh my God. No, I'm just trying. I guess because society has taught us that when you have sex with somebody, there are feelings involved.
Society
you
also
bond.
told you that gay people were bad and black people were slaves.
Sure.
So why can
Hundreds
you
of
not
years
look at sex the way that
Objectively.
you look at the other things?
I think what's important is that we have to evolve even our way of thinking and saying, for example, you just said, well, black people are slaves and gay people are bad,
Which
right?
was the reality for everyone.
Exactly. And we
150
accepted
years
that
ago,
to be our
100 years ago.
reality when it's like, you know what? It's not the same anymore. So why should we treat sex, for example? Or we talked about marriage too, where now, for example, I mean, you are married, correct? Mm-hmm. Some people.
No.
I just want to make sure,
just made that up.
I just want to make sure, actually, because people, like,
For 13 years.
I have a coworker who he's married, but legally he's not for other reasons. But point is,
It's a state of mind.
most people, boom. So other people, they're not doing it for a state of mind. They're just doing it because I'm supposed to, because that's next in my
It's
life.
a contract.
Exactly. Or that's just what we've always done. So it's next. That's what I'm supposed to do. Like, oh, we've been dating for 3 years. I get a ring.
I have to.
Oh, we are engaged for a year and a half, 2 years. Well, now I'm supposed to get married.
But you
We've
know
been
why
married
those
for 3
marriages
years.
don't work? Because society, which is the most hypocritical thing in the world, puts a label into these things. If I love you, I need to do certain things because otherwise I don't love you. No, motherfucker, I could just love you just because I love you.
Thank
you know? And they ask me, do you love your husband? I never say yes. Because after that it comes, but then why you do this? And then what does that have to do with my love for him?
Like they're almost putting that condition.
price,
You said
a
you love
price.
him, so why are you doing this?
No. No, that doesn't work like that. My marriage, my rules. You need to figure out what you guys are gonna feel comfortable with and uncomfortable with. But you're not gonna feel it. You're not gonna know until you get into that position. We were completely for each other at the beginning, and then he's a young guy, and then I was a porn star. He was not doing anything with his penis, so I was like, we were married for about 4 or 5 years. Let's do single Fridays. Okay. One Friday a month. You get out of the house and I get out of the house. We don't come back until Sunday. You don't tell me what I do. I don't tell you what to do.
It's like a hall pass or
like
open.
I don't like to call it a hall pass because it's not a pass. And because a pass also have rules. And this has no rules. I don't ask you, you don't ask me. Just wear a fucking condom if you're going to have sex with somebody. I usually went to friends' houses because my thing is not to have sex with random people. But his thing was, so he went and had sex with whatever amount of women and then he's probably a bunch of girls from high school that he wanted to freaking have sex with and couldn't back then. And he did now. And he'll tell me, yeah, I had sex with someone, wasn't that good or not. I started feeling more comfortable about myself, about thinking of him having sex with somebody else and coming back to me, and we have the same family because Sunday we always go to his mom's house.
Okay.
So it was a learning experience for me, not for him, for me. Okay, this is okay. When he didn't want to have sex with anybody else, he doesn't. Now, he cannot go and have sex with somebody and lie.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But he could have sex with somebody else and tell you, hey, I had sex with so-and-so.
Right. Well, yeah.
Oh, I was in LA and we went to an orgy. Oh, cool. Who was there? This, and that. Don't take the bitch for sushi and fuck her on the net and don't tell me. Because then that's a relationship. That now you like, no, there's certain ways how to do things.
But you want to know.
If I ask, you got to tell me.
Right. But if you don't ask, then he doesn't
It's
have
his
to tell
issue.
you? Okay.
Man, it's interesting. I one of my buddies, they actually had open relationships.
I mean, he's my husband, not yours. Like,
No, I understand. No, so I had a buddy who he had a relationship like that. They were together for a couple of years. They're no longer together. But during the time, if they ever traveled or whatever, they're like, hey, if it happens, you know what? I'm yours at the end of the day. You know, maybe I'm going to go out with my friends or it's a guy's trip if it comes up, whatever. But I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you and vice versa. The same thing with you. If you're going to go on a girl's trip, I just want you to tell me whatever. And then that's it. That's the communication that we'll have. And they were together for a very long time and they were able to make it work. It's not for everybody. It's a very different way of thinking.
it is definitely for everybody. Dogs do it.
Right.
But
Every single animal does it.
But dogs do it, but they also like lick their own asshole and shit.
Right.
So do you.
Well, we could.
Well, I don't think
You don't lick your own asshole, but you lick other assholes.
Sure.
He's just falling and falling into a deep hole every time.
Yeah, dude. You're not like defending your case and it's collapsing underneath
No,
you.
but like I don't even like. It's like you say, well, we're like dogs, but like.
But the thing is that because
we means men and women, by the way.
No.
No, and men and women, I think that we're forced against with society of what we're supposed to do. Dogs
Primitive
just
as shit.
Dogs just do dog stuff, and if they want to, they're all
And
the
they
same.
defend a friend, right?
Yeah, they're good heart, warming people, not people, animals.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're animals too. We just chose to
Right.
Animals with
abide.
issues, with more issues than all the other ones.
More
by the
issues
way.
with mental health and anxiety and depression.
And bills.
And a bunch of other stuff. Yeah.
And then, but we follow these set of rules of how things should be because that's what they told us it should be.
Yeah,
and a
like
dog
Have you
just
ever asked who the fuck put these rules?
I guess we collectively as a society have adopted those.
No, let me tell you who put the rules. Primitive motherfuckers that were cheating on their wives. And every single person that put the rules ends up breaking it. And the only reason why they put the rules is because they don't want anybody else to do what they want to do.
control. Control. I agree.
That's it.
It's like even when you think about like lawmakers.
I think of the education system.
Yeah, they want to do the stuff that they want to do, but God forbid we, the common folks, do it. Then all of a sudden,
The average.
the average, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
Think about the whole thing. What was it? With the stock market earlier this year, with
The manipulation of the.
yeah, they were doing it for years and years, but you made some money. Oh no, God forbid, we got to step.
Yeah,
in.
we got to stop the whole thing because no one
Yeah,
can make money.
Exactly. What
Yeah,
was it?
it's crazy.
Short stocking.
Shorting.
Let's not even get into that complicated.
Sure.
Let's not
But
even get into
I
that
know.
complicated thing.
Yeah. I
know.
Vaccination. We need to do it, but certain branch of the government doesn't have to.
Oh,
Right. Certain people are exempt from the standard, right?
Senators and their employees don't have to. It's not obligated to them, but then it is for a small business of 100 people.
Right.
And they're forcing everybody else to do it.
And you got to do it because it's,
You know?
That's a good. But I also think, like I said earlier, the education system, because right now I think we're more awake.
What education system?
Exactly, that we're just being trained to be workers, to like follow whatever society
My
law.
7-year-old son doesn't go to school.
No. Oh,
He's in 2nd grade. He's homeschooled. He's a very artistic kid. He's a natural hustler. And I didn't want to put him in school because I did that with my 20-year-old. And he's amazingly, he doesn't even have to pay for college. He's going to a private college. That's how smart he is. But he's only book smart.
it's hard.
yeah, it programs you to be just a worker. Like
Yeah,
follow
a worker,
rules,
a worker.
follow what
My
society is telling you.
7-year-old has $300 and he makes those $300.
Yeah, he hustles.
He hustles everything. He folds clothes and tells my sister, I folded your clothes. You need to pay me $20. He sells paintings of him he puts limited edition and everything because, and he wants to be a YouTuber to sell things. And those things, you need to put kids in school because somebody needs to work at McDonald's though.
Yeah, someone needs to start ask us how
not
we want
my
our fries.
son.
I guess if you put it from that perspective, like look at your two sons, they're so differently, and then look at all the other kids out there, and it's like we have one standard educational system that, what is it, curriculum, and it's like you got to fit in that, and
Everybody has to.
exactly. Like some people aren't gonna excel in science or
I
in
didn't
math, but
fit
they're
in
better.
that.
Yeah,
I didn't fit in that. I make more money than a lot of people with bachelor's degree.
or even masters or doctors.
Masters or
perhaps.
doctors.
Yeah,
That is true.
yeah.
Holy shit. You can make 1 point something millions of dollars on OnlyFans. A doctor doesn't make that in years.
That's true. In fact, they're spending most of their time working just to pay off their debt. They don't even make.
Do you sometimes
really
think about that? Like you get like a big payout, like on OnlyFans or whatever platform.
your own.
And I don't even get that much because I don't really work my OnlyFans like that. Like I tucked a lot